Good evening, all Fambulem. We don't come back today for cancel about the non-communicable disease. We na then the chronic disease the way we dey get. We something they now we own lifestyle now they cause we for me to get then non-communicable disease yeah so. And then non-communicable disease yeah so na one na cancer, two na chronic respiratory disease. We include obstructive pulmonary disease, asthma, and diabetes. So we now a charity where they do lots of awareness for diabetes. So today back we don't come for just go back on what we say last week in case people then be miss what we been talk about. For that we just do an overview again for the last time. Next week, we will pick another topic, same one on diabetes, but a different one. So what we don't discuss so far, we don't talk about waiting at diabetes. Diabetes now sick where we get where we blood sugar abnormal. Waiting at this blood sugar, where we eat carbohydrates, waiting at carbohydrates, starchy foods like white rice, white bread, cassava, fufu, some yam them when we eat them, it go inside with body. Then when it don't digest, it turns to simple sugars or glucose. This glucose here supposed to work with one hormone where we body gets what they call insulin. So when this insulin then at your body, now they get all the glucose then at your body and try and go now you sell them for make you go get energy. So we will get the diabetes type 2. Either we not produce enough insulin or we body not work with the insulin where we get. The type 1 diabetes, na pikin that way them born, when not to any fault of their own, then they get this diabetes type 1. Some of them they do, the mama then get gestational diabetes, when are the other type of diabetes, where they catch people that will get belly or belly woman them. So we don't talk about waiting at diabetes. Waiting at the different type there, type 1, when I in the pikin type 2, now when we they grow older, over with 40s, now they catch we, although they don't begin for catch people that way, not even 40 years where they get, and then we get the gestational diabetes, when now for pregnant woman them. Someday again, the pregnant woman, they're not to any fault of their own, but sometimes they can be in their diet, or they don't inherit them from their mama, maybe their mama they get them belly, so they get type it been get gestational diabetes. So that Komura himself, where it don't big, it don't reach for born, it go get them. And any woman will suffer from gestational diabetes, it possible say where it don't pass 40, himself go get the type 2 diabetes. Boku research don't prove say woman will suffer from gestational diabetes where if they grow older, instead go get type 2 diabetes, unless it change in lifestyle, unless it live healthy, now go make it not get them. So we don't talk all about diabetes and how it is ambogui. So now the video we will show last week, we go show her back. I know say this year I don't come a new year. We all don't say this year now this we go do, this year now that we go do. Where we they say everybody don't take a New Year resolution. So for una we get diabetes, una go just take the resolution, say, I go do my best for make I able for day on top this sick year. So I go do my best for make my blood sugar not rise, we go reach to a level where go be trouble for me. We say if we not get diabetes, I want for make we take a resolution, say, this year we say if we go live healthy, we go eat less carbohydrates, we eat more protein, we eat more fruits and vegetables so that we don't go get diabetes. I want we all try and do that resolution day because prevention is better than way the menu for sickness, way which might say prevention is better than cure. So if we do that resolution and they say we will not get diabetes, we go all out for let we make catch we done at the preventative measures. Then we will get we go say, okay, we try for manager, then at the management for say we go manage this sick care so it go make go mourn away too much. The type 1 picking that they not get anything for do because medicine not there for them. Pass, then they take insulin every day. Imagine you're not small picking and say you get diabetes type 1. You might get for buy insulin for let you they choke yourself with her every day. Salone insulin self for see and a problem. So say you get the money self for buy and a problem. That's what I say the last time. And we don't they love speaking there now na salon because they get this type 1 diabetes where the education not there. And we don't take and say this year we they raise boku awareness for type 1 diabetes. So the comrade and send us go know if the picking get type 1 diabetes or now they make them sick. The school teacher themselves, we want to go teach them how from let us know say if picking them in class the way they will go make, we go know say this picking self na type 1 diabetes you get. Together the family and the school then go work for letter picking they not perish. So we go play the video one more time and I want to let everybody think about this resolution and I want to let everybody look at this video. Pass on a request for a mobile what they show on today. We will go that video that what they show, but this one where they actually show how diabetes they affect your body, how when you eat chop, how the chop they go down your body, they return to simple sugars, say what they happen when your pancreas they produce insulin, how you liver self they work. All that day, our family gonna listen to this video properly and watch them and see what thing diabetes mean in our body. Thank you.
In this film, we're going to explain how your body processes the food you eat in order to provide all your body cells with the energy they need. And also what happens when you have diabetes and this system doesn't work properly. When you eat food that contains carbohydrate, it's broken down in the stomach and digestive system into glucose, which is a type of sugar. We need glucose from food because that's what gives us energy. Carbohydrate-containing foods are things like starchy foods, sugary foods, milk and some dairy products, and fruit. This glucose then moves into the bloodstream and the body detects that the blood glucose level is rising. In response to that, the pancreas, which is a little gland that sits just underneath the stomach, starts to release a hormone called insulin. And it's insulin that helps our body get the energy from the food we eat. The bloodstream then takes the glucose and the insulin to every cell in our body that needs it. To make this easier to understand, let's look at muscle cells. At the muscle cells, it's insulin that allows the glucose to get into the cells where it can be used for energy. It's a bit like insulin is a key unlocking the door to the cells so the glucose can get in. That way, the blood glucose level starts to drop. But the blood glucose level can be topped up at any point by the liver releasing extra glucose that it has stored. The blood glucose rises again, and again the pancreas produces more insulin to move with that glucose through the bloodstream to the muscle cells, open the doors and let the glucose in. The body functions best with the blood glucose at an optimum level. It doesn't like it if the blood glucose rises too high. Normally, there's a cycle within the body which balances out the glucose and the insulin level, and this is achieved by the food you eat, the pancreas, and the liver. However, in some people, the system doesn't work properly and they develop diabetes. There are two main types of diabetes, type 1 and type 2. In type 1 diabetes, the body isn't making any insulin at all. This is because of an autoimmune response whereby the body has destroyed the insulin-producing cells in the pancreas. We don't entirely know why that happens in some people and not in others. Type 1 diabetes accounts for about 10% of all cases. It's most often found in the under 40s and it's by far the most common type of diabetes found in childhood. In type 1 diabetes, the carbohydrate containing food is broken down into glucose as normal. That glucose then moves into the bloodstream. Normally, the body would produce insulin to let that glucose into the cells, but in type 1 diabetes, there is no insulin being produced, so the glucose can't get into the body cells at all. So the level of glucose in the blood rises and rises. the body tries to lower the level of glucose, it tries to get rid of the glucose through the kidneys. That's why people who have undiagnosed type 1 diabetes tend to go to the toilet a lot to pass urine. As the kidneys filter the glucose out of the blood, they also take a lot of water with it. So the person with diabetes will get very thirsty. The urine contains a lot of glucose, and that creates an environment where it's quite easy for bacteria to thrive. So it's also quite common to get thrush or genital itching. In the same way, the blood contains a high level of glucose as well. So more bacteria than usual will tend to breed in flesh wounds, and they might be slow to heal. Glucose can also build up in the lens at the front of the eye, causing the liquid in the lens to become cloudy. That can mean that some people with undiagnosed type 1 diabetes can have blurred vision. Because the glucose can't get into the cells to be used for energy, somebody who's got undiagnosed type 1 diabetes is going to start feeling very tired, lethargic, and unable to sort of go about their normal daily routine. But the body still needs an energy source in order to work properly. So what it does is it starts to break down its fat stores, and that can lead to weight loss. So the main symptoms of type 1 diabetes are going to the toilet a lot, thirst, thrush or genital itching, slow healing of wounds, blurred vision, tiredness, and weight loss. These symptoms generally happen quite quickly, often over a few weeks, and can be reversed once the diabetes is treated with insulin. Type 2 diabetes accounts for about 90% of all cases in the population. It's most common in the over 40 age group in the white population, and in the over 25 age group in the South Asian population. Type 2 diabetes is a little more complex because there's slightly more processes at work. Either the body isn't producing quite enough insulin, or the insulin it is producing isn't working properly. That can be due to being overweight because a build-up of fat can stop insulin doing its job properly, but it can also happen in people of a healthy weight. So in type 2 diabetes, the carbohydrate-containing food is broken down into glucose in the stomach and digestive system as normal. That glucose then moves into the bloodstream. The pancreas starts to produce insulin, which moves with the glucose through the bloodstream to all the body cells which need glucose for energy. However, the glucose can't always get into the cells because the locks to the cell doors have become furred up with fat deposits. That means that the insulin can't open the cell doors properly. So the level of glucose in the blood continues to rise. In response to this, the pancreas produces even more insulin. So the blood glucose levels continue to rise and the insulin levels continue to rise. This situation is further complicated by the cells, which are desperate for energy, sending out emergency signals to the liver to release stored glucose. The blood glucose level goes up and up, and the pancreas produces more and more insulin until it can't cope anymore, and eventually it can wear out. As with type 1 diabetes, the symptoms of type 2 diabetes are going to the toilet a lot, thirst, thrush or genital itching, slow healing of wounds, blurred vision, tiredness, and weight loss in some people. The symptoms for type 2 diabetes come along very slowly, and some people don't have any symptoms at all. So for that reason, people can live with type 2 diabetes for up to 10 years before they realise that they have it. Type 2 diabetes can be treated in a number of different ways. Initially, it may be sufficient to make changes to the food you're eating and to take extra physical activity or lose any weight that may be appropriate. But type 2 diabetes is a progressive condition and most people will need some form of medication to treat it.
So I hope say una don't watch that video now for the second time. They don't tell una how diabetes they affect your body. I hope say una watch them properly. And for make them complications and they not happen to you, now you get for take care of yourself. Either you diabetic, you try for control the blood sugar levels properly, or you not get diabetes at all, but you try for practice the healthy living lifestyle so that you not go get diabetes. For me, you know how diabetes they affect your body. Now they help you for let you able for prevent the diabetes, or how for manage the complications the way you go get for make the not ambog you. Because diabetes they ambog you through high blood pressure. If you get high cholesterol, then I will don't eat boku pamine, boku oil. Then we get boku fat now with blood. Then fats that they go inside, we arteries them and block them. Now that they make, we're not able for do that and they. So for me, you know, get this diabetes, you need for try for live a healthy lifestyle. When I don't get the symptoms of diabetes, now you dey piss too much, you dey drink too much, you always tired, you eye the dark because of the glucose not begin to down on your eye, you dey get that pin and needle na your hand. So all that they are the signs and symptoms of diabetes. Then for make you get a lafia like when people like you say, now for let you really try for control your blood sugar. So when I don't see the video, they don't tell you what they happen. So how this diabetes here so they affect we nerves them. One particular one way it ambog more like we heart. Because when your heart don't get lots of clog arteries where they make you not able for let the blood pass through properly, now that they make you they get high blood pressure. You they get cholesterol levels again where you get too much fat, now you blood. Then the back they make you they get heart disease. So for me you not get the high blood pressure, for let you not get the cholesterol levels high for yourself, now for eat healthy. So when you eat healthy, you protect yourself from all them sick and day. The other thing again with diabetes they do, it affects we eye them. It affects we eye, so you get for try as a diabetic for me you again control your blood sugar levels. If you not control the blood sugar levels, you go always get eye problem. And some people can go tell them blind because diabetes they cause blindness, they cause nerve damage where you're not able for get feeling at your foot especially, and when you not get feeling at your foot especially, you they cut yourself, you're not gonna know say you don't cut yourself. So when that happen, that's what foot they go big, say it big. Then when you know where, they will begin to tell you say, you know which man. Nobody not there in a salon or the African communities they will not know. Say people and they say, that person they get big so foot, you don't get that so foot for so many years. But the so foot not they well. Waiting they happen. Now diabetes you get, but we don't know. So what we don't know that day, we just they give people the name, they call them witch man, say now their foot, now then they play football, now net, you know. So all the things that they make the people that with their diabetes, they suffer from depression. Where depression self now like a mental illness. Now mental illness down there because when you depressed, you're not able for mix with people them. You go see some people they lay and just in at the host and they come out because they don't depress. People they call their names and they even afraid for make them come out. So that's not the thing where diabetes they do. It go make you blind. Even man them where get diabetes, where don't chronic pain, it go make the manhood not work again. And where that they happen to man is very, very bad. It make that nerve damage you don't get, you know, they get sensation on your foot. It go make you wound, you're not gonna know say you wound. That's what foot they go big say by the time when they go hospital, they say na for cut your foot. So the nerve damage, they lead to neuropathy, where always you dey in pain. Always you dey in pain. Always you dey in pain. And usa medicine dey where you go get, for make you mend yourself, it can stronger. So you got to take care of your nerves then for let you not get the nerve damage. The other thing with diabetes they do again, you will go into a diabetes coma. When you go into that coma there, you're not able for no side you day. I know beaucoup story in Africa where people that don't go hospital, they say are weak, and now they feel fine. They say, na malaria you get. So say they don't go proper hospital, then just go to there are 5 people where they do medicine. Then they go give them glucose drip. Already you get diabetes, you don't know. Because type 2 diabetes, when I read the video say, you dey live with them for 10 years, you know they know. So when you don't live with that 10 years, you don't know, then you go hospital, you get that weakness there, they go give you glucose drip. Some people now they wake up from that sleep where then they go, because when they go into coma, then they die. So not so any sick they sick, you go hospital, say, oh, I'm weak. When to do diabetes policy, they weak. Now because the glucose way for going to insert them, way for make it get energy, the glucose that they go now cell them. It just they stay in the bloodstream. Now make when they do the fingertip test for you, they say you get diabetes. Now that's not they happen. So we therefore be very careful for make we not get this sick here. So when we prevent ourselves, it's better that we get medicine for the sick way we get. The other thing where diabetes they do again, apart from the heart disease, apart from the stroke, now the hypertension back. I touch with and just a small bit number. Because your diabetes don't chronic for you arteries the other clog with fat, that they make your blood pressure go abnormal again. Because how your blood flow freely inside your arteries then, it don't block with fat. So you're not able for supply that blood into your heart high for day. Where the blood they go now, it is struggle. Now that's they make when they develop the high blood pressure. So we down the back we get for really be careful with that. So the slow healing wound we don't talk about that. Now they make you they get so food, the so food not go well. Maybe you don't even lose sensation now you foot, you go big bottle go cut you where you not go even know say you don't get cut. So then they go they cook for you, they say and where we people then get sick in a salon, the last place where then they go na hospital. Then go first to that mommy for them go put medicine for them for smoke there. Then go to that park for say that somebody don't do them something, they not go come. I don't meet beaucoup people that are salon where get so food. Then they send a medicine and put for them where they go mask the medicine and make them food the rotting. Then now they go hospital say with all them medicine people that they don't tie upon them. Now that's when they go hospital. Where they go to the hospital now for give the healthcare professionals them bad name. Because when you go to say what I don't pass flower, they're not going able to save your life again. Then you give them bad name, say I don't go hospital, they not help me, or I don't tell me mama go hospital, they not help them, say me mama don't die. So we get to be very, very careful. Any sequel holy way you not understand and for go hospital. So for make you reduce your chance for make you not get diabetes, now for live healthy. And they repeat this over and over because we the Africans then now we diet more than they make we they get diabetes. We they eat too much starchy foods then. A typical Sierra Leone go eat rice 4 times a day. Enough care. You ask her go tell you say now that they afford. But you get sweet potato. We sweet potato very healthy. We get salad, although it's expensive, but they go most day we God they make person bless you. It give you something now for change your diet. Not so every day you go eat rest, no more. Just they eat rest, enough fine. We got to take care of ourselves. Government not able to do everything for we. We self responsible for we own health. So for sickness like diabetes and hypertension, now we supposed to take care of we health. Because Almost every host in a salon get TV. Almost everybody in a salon gets radio. We go listen to Boku health talk where they happen. Salon so blessed that we dey get doctors then 2, 3, 4 times a year, different doctors, and they go from all over the world, and they go now all sign a salon. They raise awareness, they help people them. So we hear for open, we yes open for now they give for the opportunity then they for now go to them people and they for let them help we. We say they try for raise awareness for all the NCDs here, the non-communicable diseases, for let them know and work with people there. Because diabetes not so just Africa is a plenty. Even here where we dey, Europe here where we dey, diabetes don't boku. Here where we dey so na England, we get the National Health Service. Then it is strain too much because of diabetes, because almost people them foot with them they cut. The other thing where they happen again, people that they get chronic kidney disease. Whether they nine the thing back where they drain the NHS naya. So what about people that where they salon? We not get that National Health Service, they will anything you get for go pay for yourself. So now that not the thing. The other thing now the kidneys them again. When you get chronic kidney disease from diabetes, you not go toilet, you not a piece. Again, before people then care, you go hospital for say this woman will not know what thing doing for the past week, you know poo poo, you know peace. Then they say back now somebody don't reach you. You therefore go back and go give boku country medicine. When the country medicine not work, you better don't swell, then they bring you come back to hospital. So say that medicine don't damage your liver, it doesn't damage the kidney now completely. But what then go say? They say, this person here, so they don't paparam, or this woman I met don't do and so, or this boy now somebody will rival with them don't do and so. So it will damage your kidneys then for you. And salon, we understand say now we get dialysis machine, but almost of we poor people they're able to afford for go for dialysis. Dialysis now when your kidney don't fail, you dey go lay down on that machine, they clean all your blood for you. You therefore do that. Some man can do a 1 time for week, some man go do a 2 time for week. But almost people then they salon were able for manage that and they forget the money. The diabetes medicine self, the metformin, they go buy one packet, so say 5,000, so say 10,000. When at 10 tablets, how many people able for afford that and they self? I don't mean somebody who don't tell me say it don't pass 1 year, it not take one metformin when are the most common medicine for diabetes because it not get. So we get for take care of we eye, we get for take care of we heart, we get for take care of we foot them, we nerves them, we get for take care of we kidneys them if we not have for perish from diabetes. Because then they nine are the thing. Even the nerve damage, now they make man and they become impotent or what we call okobo. Even this nerve damage, they even above woman them because you nerves them all go damage. You might play with yourself, you not get feeling because all your nerve don't damage. Because diabetes is a sickness where they unbog the nerves then. Why make it they unbog the nerves then? You get so much glucose that your blood that the blood don't thick with glucose where they work around inside the small vein where you get. They go and damage them. And they go after they go, they damage your nerves then. So then nerves then are where they send message from your manhood to your brain. Say this man want play with your wealth. They're not a work. So if then nerve that they don't damage, now so your business or don't damage. It go start for small man them if you not listen. It begin for small. You go down say this next me where for they can't play. When I go they play the thing go grab fine. As you want for do the thing, it lead them, you know they do anything. Then some man can say, oh, I tire, or some say I worry, all kind of we go give. But you as a man, if you begin get that kind of thing there, you know, as you want play with you, well, the thing they fine. As you want enter, they don't stop. You get for go to doctor, let them look waiting at your problem. If you don't know say you get diabetes, go let them advise you, go do your fingertip test, let them know if you get diabetes. Because once that thing they die, it not get wake up again. So you therefore make sure say it not die. You therefore go try and control your blood sugar for make you not get permanent impotence. Because so that they don't happen to you, you not get any other thing where they do, you don't finish. You know, you're not gonna do my business again, so say you get fine wealth. I can always talk this. So now that's you for do. So You go see when somebody get diabetes, you go they sweat too much, how they drink, they sweat, they go toilet, they piss no more. Not say on the place warm. Anything happen to you, we not understand. Go hospital, let you go see. Diabetes again, it will affect you digestive system. You know, it will cause nerve damage. It will make you the vomit because your nerves are always there around the digestive system. Wait for make where you eat something, it work for maybe food digest properly. If all their nerves and they don't damage, you self don't damage because your food not able for digest again properly. So take it there, they get constipation. Most people that will get diabetes, they complain say then they get constipation because the nerves and for me they make you food you don't eat digest properly, all don't damage. So it always keep belly dry. Beaucoup diabetes people that they talk say them belly dry, but if that not your problem, orange season is orange. Mango season is mango. People that they say, oh, because we not diabetes, I'm not going to eat banana because banana sweet. I'm not going to eat orange because orange sweet. Or I'm not going to eat mango because mango sweet. You know, they say, you eat mango, banana, or orange, the person will not get diabetes. They self get sugar. But if you eat them moderately, just for make you get fruits like your diet, then they not going to kill you. And you're not going to get much effect on your blood sugar levels. Then again, your skin. Most people then they will get diabetes, they always get skin, just like when they get infection below parts, where because you they pee, sometimes you know they wash yourself fine. Bacteria they go there because of the sugar where they inside the piece plenty. These are for both man and woman. Now so your skin itself, you go to get boku skin, fungal infections then your skin just because you get too much sugar in your body. Some man they complain say my body they scratch. The sugar if you boku na your body they scratch. The way you scratch and that bacteria feed on that so food it hacks for well. So all that we get for take care of everything. You your skin, you go get crow them because of the sugar. So your foods, as a diabetic, you need for go let them they test your foods once a year. You get for go for eye test once a year. If you afford that, even kidney, you get for go check for medicine and see say your kidneys and they work properly. Because if your kidney pack up, you're not going to live long. You go die because all the waste products where the kidney for pool, where you go poo, the other one where you go piss, all they left in your body. And then they go make say, you're not going to survive. So we really need for see how we go prevent this sickness so and how we will get her already, how we go manage her. So we go just listen to a small commercial and then we go come back and talk to Una more. Thank you.
Wow.
What are you looking at?
You are so gorgeous. Your skin, so lovely. Clean, sunny, and natural.
Do you stress out about your skin? Do you freak out when you break out? Well, help is on the way. Try Shaw's Creations organic body products. Are you ready to have clear, gorgeous, healthy skin and feel more confident about your looks? Well, try Shaw's Creations organic body products. My skin looks fresh, healthy, and natural thanks to Shaw's Creations organic body products.
You look great.
I look healthy.
Shaw's Creations organic body products.
September we met, I could tell by your smile. You hadn't been with a good girl like me in a while. Yeah, you were impressed, couldn't leave me alone. Text me every time that you pick up the phone. And I had control in the driver's seat, but my hands are slipping off the wheel. Now the tables have turned, now I'm up all night. I'm picturing you, acting like a fool. I'm on the other side. that we met, I could tell by your smile. You hadn't been with a good girl like me in a while. Yeah, you were impressed, couldn't leave me alone. Text me every time that you pick up the phone. And I had control in the driver's seat, but my hands are slipping off the wheel. Now the tables have turned, now I'm up all night, I'm picturing you.
Okay, from there, we take a short break, we don't come back, we will talk about diabetes. Sorry. But when I don't say we don't talk about these non-communicable diseases. But when we talk about gestational diabetes, we don't talk say you can get them from your mama. If your mama didn't get diabetes sometimes in your own time and not been too serious for them, then it born you GLP-10, you go get them, maybe you not go get them. But some of we not even know certain things that will kill mama. Some man go say, my mama die when I old 10, I don't even know what kill her, or my papa die. You know, but now, the way the world day, everybody for try for know in diabetes status. What do they raise this diabetes awareness? For example, like SALONE, so we they come across lots of people that will get diabetes. Lots of them will get diabetes. But they don't know. Just like these countries where we did. Then they say they live with type 1 diabetes. You live with type 2 diabetes, for 10 years, you know they know. And the stories that we hear in Africa, I can always say, some man that the day when they tell, they say they get diabetes, they're not going to even live for tell the story. Because of that, they go to the hospital, so when they say, hey, na diabetes, you get by the time when they find the medicine and for them, they don't go into a diabetes coma, they don't die. And Boku things the way they happen in our life where we dey Africa, especially Sierra Leone when me know. You will pass, you don't know what thing do you, then you go make palaver with somebody. Boku that chronic disease, yeah, so then they bring lots of enmities between people in our neighborhoods. I remember one story somebody tell me, in mama and somebody go make palaver. The mommy being get diabetes, he get hypertension. You know, one day go hospital for let them screen them. They complain headache, no more they complain headache, they complain headache. He go make this palaver with this woman. He make palaver and so they hyperventilate, enable blow self, they get shortness of breath. Now next he go lead down. He get stroke, he die. Then they bring boku palaver na that neighborhood because they say the mommy, now that person will go make palaver with that sense and then I don't go do something to her. We make the woman don't die. And waiting, sorry, now SALONE, also everybody where important they die, get the power, forget the money for make you say, okay, me mama don't die, me papa don't die, me uncle don't die. Then we go do post-mortem for see, waiting, do them. So without post-mortem on this person body, that thing where they don't put in their head say, now somebody don't go shoot her with which gun because they make palaver. That in belief system they get for left now in head. Because what you go gear, if you pull that belief system in hand, what you get for gear. But if you been do post-mortem in mama or in papa, you tell her say, your papa been get bad heart disease. In arteries they all be done clog, or your mama been get diabetes. He go lead down, he don't eat, his blood sugar hits the roof, he get diabetes coma, he die. Then you go say, you go shift her from that in belief system. But when you not get anything for replace that in belief system for him, what you know more it don't say happen to him mama, not happen to her. Enemy to that kind of that neighborhood day. So we for be very, very, very careful. So when you get a chronic disease, yeah, so you get for take care of yourself, especially the diabetes and the hypertension. We don't boku na SALONE. Even the type 1, will not be no say type 1 picking even the SALONE. Because when we start this campaign 2001, say 2013, when we hold the first public awareness and celebrate World Diabetes Day. Now screen with a screen picking there where we know say they get diabetes. So now me we dey raise this awareness here. So we want let every Sierra Leonean know what's in diabetes status, because diabetes is a sick way, not so just where they say you get diabetes. So now the complications that way they around diabetes, now then are the bad thing. The heart disease, what they call cardiovascular disease, the neuropathy, where you they get that foot problem, the nephropathy, where you they get problem with your kidney, the retinopathy, where you they get problem with your eye. Some man they get blind because of diabetes. Man they become impotent. Even woman they lost all in feelings for even in meet with a man they lost all feeling because all in now done damage. Woman or man they always get infection. And the medicine them they're expensive. So we really get for try for live happy and for take care of ourselves. Because we your health, now we responsible for it. For instance, people the way they smoke. If you get diabetes, you they smoke, you they damage yourself more because smoke they go into your nerves and weaken them, and if it make you look old, then if you get diabetes, when a sickness of the nerves, then you they smoke again, then they now double jeopardy. Not only stop on the smoke, again you they drink alcohol. And also for saying that beer you they drink or Guinness no more. You they drink them one way than they cook, da or mole or wine or whatever they call it. Or some man self they're able for afford for buy the brandy, the Jack Daniels, the whiskey. If you get money, you they buy them thing and then you they drink them. They're full of sugar, they're full of carbohydrates. So for me, you live long, even if you not get diabetes, then drink them, or you for drink them in moderation. Because if you not do that, in the long run, it will damage all your organs in your body. Then you begin blaming on which man or this or that. We know people that are SALONE will get so food to them. I don't come across so many people will get so food to them. If you see them saw them, then you go to that house, then give what I say for drink, you not go drink them because it's so bad. Then they shame for common adults for show. Now 1-to-1 session, then they go for, then now they go outside all man day because it's embarrassing. It's so embarrassing the way them day. And if you not control your blood sugar, then so food today, they not go ever where diabetes so it has for when say in kind of day. So for me, you take care of yourself as a diabetic. If you drink alcohol, you therefore stop and completely. Someone can ask me, you say, "No, not drink soft drink. You say, no, not drink this. You say, no, not drink that. What you for drink?" I can tell them, say, "We not drink water." But I'm not going to for 10 person say, not eat or drink what you want to drink. Me, they give you the information. If you take them, you go see the benefit of it. If you not take them back, you will get the benefit as well. Because what we they do so, we not get paid for what we they do. We they give information because we know say if you give health education to you people them, they will benefit a lot. Now make we they target schools them now. Go to schools them, teach the beginner about the non-communicable diseases, then in turn go to us and train them mama then, tell them mama they're waiting for do. The mama they where they listen, then family go be healthy. So alcohol, tobacco, nothing like that. If you're not a diabetic, you get for left. Because if you're not left far, the sick go monitor you. It go ambog you, you not go well. And type 2 diabetes, nothing where you go actually work with. You change your lifestyle, you do moderate exercise, you eat healthy, you go see where you they reverse. You know they do it inside 6 months, so you know they do it inside 1 year, but gradually you go do it until you adopt that system where you don't begin adopt. We don't mean people that are SALONE, their blood sugar levels not over 30. And you say, we black people that were strong. Because if na other nationality in blood sugar go to 30, you not go to waka around safe. But with people that are so strong. But not men know that strong, they one day it go just go lead them. and not wake again. And they're not going to say anything, they will just attribute that to something else. Some people that they get this so food, so they start small, then they go to juju man and force for go make medicine, put and they leaf there. When the food's done, they don't got thing done, they say they'll go hospital. When I go hospital, the last resort, now for cut the food. And we know say Africa, especially Sierra Leone, where we come from, demand them. Now we demand them and then are the breadwinners then. So if your papa get diabetes, they don't go hospital, they say for cutting food. Okay, maybe now somebody will believe God, a person will know say, he still prefer for leave that he die, he grieve for let them cut the food. Whose chance will that family they get? So then a young person self, you know, if he's 58, they don't cut in food. Who that they get a job? It just sometimes 4 people they all they go school. In West now they do anything. How that family they go live? How them people that they go ever go school? So they agree all the education, yeah, so for let people they're able to take care of themselves. Because if you take care of yourself, not only diabetes or hypertension, but who sick the way you go prevent yourself from. But where we they talk about now the diabetes, when now the silent killer, now the hypertension, instead of now silent killer, even the heart disease, now silent killer. So now we they raise awareness for them sick here. So and most of them sick here so we they get sent through what we they eat. We they eat too much granite, too much oil, too much palm wine. Then they all they go sit down at you arteries there and block them. And when it don't block them for you, it don't know. You know the exercise for let that blockage they go, you don't get trouble. You they eat stress 4-5 times for day. You know they eat no vegetable with her. You know they eat no fruit in a fruit time. You they head for diabetes. When you put on too much weight, you they end for diabetes because all your organs they run. You know, say we African people, they will the big around with belly. So when fat don't full up all around your belly, your organs they all don't cover with fat. The small insulin where your body they produce, you know they reach again who start it for reach you. The sugar just they pass now your bloodstream like oh now see they pass now that video they way they pass and the person in bloodstream. Whether they happen, they go and damage how they go and damage no more now. You there, you don't know nothing. You know. Although not so everybody with fat get diabetes, but for be overweight, for their body, now one risk factor down for let you get diabetes. So let me take care of yourself. For be a black person, now one of the major risk factors then for me you be a diabetic because of we diet. For be over 40, now the other risk factor that for me you be a diabetic if you don't pass 40. So for be a black person, for be over 40, then you get a family history of diabetes. Then they give you proper risk factor for me you become a diabetic. So we get for try and see. We will not get parents anymore. If you make sure so you know if they get diabetes or they get hypertension. Because you know they get that directly from them, but because of the bloodline, you can able forget diabetes through that day. If you papa in brother, if you get diabetes, you that family you get for try. We they call it non-communicable because also like infection where you get common cold, the other person go get her, or when you get HIV, you go sleep with person, you not protect yourself, you get or dry cough. Then they're not transfer to you, like how dry cough go transfer to you, like how HIV go transfer to you. If you get your well for now 2 days, lead on 5 times for day, 10 times for day, you know they get diabetes because of that day. Because also your blood relation when I just married. But you can born picking, where if you get that gestational diabetes, you can born picking, where it's possible say that picking they go get type 1 diabetes. But most picking where they get diabetes, now through them bad infection where they don't get, or your immune system don't actually set the cells the way they produce insulin, it don't kill all. Now they themselves now they get insulin where they help them. Then we get type 1 diabetes, then get for inject themselves with insulin every day of their life until they're old, until they die, then get for inject. But country like this now, where money there, where the people that they work for the people that for me they not suffer, they get insulin pump where then they give them, where just they work like the pancreas slowly as they eat, they produce the insulin in their body, where go make them not get complications. But we don't know when their machine has to go even reach salon. Although one picking the way we the help yana, in don't get the machine, also the updated one now. So we just they produce the helper with the insulin. It get a machine now where they put, but how many people they forget that day? So when you get diabetes, I don't talk I'm over and over, take care of yourself. The thing where you they eat, the thing where you they drink, and the lifestyle where you they live, now they make you get them sick here. So if you change their lifestyle, then they change. If they eat less almost for day, cut them down. If you rest, they full up your plate in no more, cut them down. If you full ball there for big like you hate, cut them down. Just reducing your food portion will mean a lot. Just changing your eating habits will mean a lot to you for preventing yourself from all them sick here. So where we they talk. Because most of them sick here so now where we they eat. People they get throat cancer now because then they smoke too much. People they get liver cancer now because then they drink too much. Although that thing and they can happen again to people that when not want they drink, they not want they smoke. But if they drink too much, if they smoke too much, if they eat too much carbohydrates, if they eat too much fat and oils, all the non-communicable disease, yeah, so we can visit you. So today we don't talk about diabetes, type 1, type 2, and gestational. We don't talk about the symptoms. We don't talk about the complications, when are the cardiovascular disease, the kidneys, the neuropathy, the nerve damage, the impotence, the blindness. We don't talk about all that, and we don't talk about how you for take care of yourself for make you not get this diabetes. And when we get them, how now they manage them, now for change your habits. Change your eating habits, eat healthy, do moderate exercise. You don't need for go pay in a gym. I know say salon get beaucoup gym there now, but not so everybody they afford gym. So I'm not gonna say go gym, but if you walk long distance, salon even tell the place can cold. If you go to beach now, in the morning, weekends, you see people and they run up and down. Some old people and the elderly people and they walk out. Now they don't make the place fine. They walk out na the place where Santana they don't pave the fine. You go, you walk out there, you exercise, you go able for to away diabetes far from you. You will not get tired. You self will get tired if you go do that day, you they walk for let your blood sugar level can down. If you walk your blood sugar level can down, the money they spend per medicine, maybe your doctor will say, okay, this medicine they take and 410 for day. Now I'll let you take and 210 or more. Now so they reduce that for you. Say and type 2 diabetes, if you work very hard, you not get no complication from it. You can able for make it better for you. Some man can reverse them, but it's very, very difficult. You know they do it inside 1 year, you know they do it inside 6 months. But whatever eating habits you adopt, it go there with you now, take go. If you not mama, you get diabetes, you picking them there, you for teach them about healthy eating. You for know what you they cook. Almost less will not eat that we life. Almost fufu will not eat. Almost beer will not drink. Almost soft drink. Soft drink when I just sugar and coloring and carbonized water. Almost of that they will not drink. We don't drink all that. They now if the seller will drink water no more, you go still treat yourself to soft drink. Not get me wrong. You buy 1 pint, share it with somebody. But some people then they party they then go take 2, 3, 4 pints of drink because they're thirsty. Now more sugar they put in your body. If you not drink 1 glass water, that thirst they not they ever done by you. You just drink no more soft drink, they put sugar in your body. As you drink 1 glass water, the thirst done. So that they teach you say water are the best thing for drink. You can drink you 1 glass wine, you can drink you 1 beer. I will not get right for tell you what you they drink, but anything way they do in this life as a diabetic, or even when you're not so diabetic, do it in moderation. When you do everything in moderation, it not go monitor you too much. And as diabetics or people that really suffer from high blood pressure, anything way they do it in moderation. Now the word I told them bring for now today. Next week We go take one topic again on diabetes. But who story they go about diabetes? Some people they say, well, diabetes, they do this. So diabetes, they do that. So next week we go continue for talk something like that, but we don't exhaust the types, the symptoms, the complications, the risk factors. We don't talk about all that. But if anybody needs any answer to any question we get, just get in touch with VOS. They will send the questions, then we go answer them and get back to Una. But for now, we don't close that chapter there about diabetes and its type and then the complications and all that. Next week, maybe we will go more into type 1, where most people do not know about type 1, how it differs from the gestational and the type 2. I tell you, thank you for listening. And next week, we'll see you back, 8 o'clock by God's grace. And God be with you all. God bless Mama Salone, and God bless you VOS where they bring with all the nice topics here so on how we for take care of we well body. Una thank you.